Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of the Ashes of Creation series I'm doing on my channel. Today, so I know I'm a little late to the party, but as you can see here, 4 almost years ago, they started this Kickstarter for the project that they're working on, Ashes of Creation. Um, they have completely destroyed their goal. Started at 750K, it's already at 3 point almost 3 million. So definitely check this out. I'm putting the link to this page in the video description, so check this out. All most I don't want to say all because as you can see some of their rewards are no longer available, but most of them are for their goals. As you can see, this one, which is insane, I just saw 10K pledge. Work with the devs to design one of the fortresses in the game, which is completely ridiculous. That's so epic. So you also will get a lot of beta keys. Additionally, invitation to the launch party in Vegas, which is nuts. Dinner with dev team, nuts. Gaming session with a lot of the developers in Dungeons and Dragons, set in Ashes of Creation world, GM'd by Steven Sheriff, who is the creative director. Like that is insane. Obviously, I'm not assuming a lot of people can do that. There's a limit of this, but a lot of the lower end ones are even really cool. 25 or more, you get a month of game time, which is going to be 15 or $16. So basically, you're donating $10 because you're going to be getting a month free. So, recognized within the game credits, that's really cool. Additional character customization options, really cool. Let's see, maybe we'll check out a couple more of them. So, 50 or more, you'll get a closed beta invite, which is pretty darn cool, and they've been pretty explicit about not needing to do these because you're not paying to get into the beta to play the game. You're paying to help them find bugs and help develop the game quicker so we can all play quicker. So as you can see, if you guys would like, go check out the link and you can see some more of the stretch goals that they do still have a lot. Well, this one only has one left actually. Ooh, that's really cool. Game reservation. So a lot of these have really cool perks. This is just to help them out. They have already reached the goal, but if you feel like supporting them, that's great. Link is in the description. So let's go ahead and watch the video that they have attached to this Kickstarter, and we will go from there. And I think this does have some of the info that we covered in the first two videos, but yeah, this is associated with the Kickstarter video that they released a couple years back, so let's sit back and enjoy this.
Hey guys, my name is Steven Sharif and I'm the creative director here at Intrepid Studios. We're working on an upcoming MMORPG named Ashes of Creation. And I'm pretty excited to share with you today on this Kickstarter what we're all about. Ashes of Creation is an open world, non-faction based MMORPG set in a high fantasy world. One of the reasons that I started Intrepid Studios to create Ashes of Creation is because I myself am a gamer. I've been a gamer playing MMORPGs since I was 7 years old, and I've really never experienced a community quite like what MMORPGs have to offer. It's a diverse community. There's a lot of people involved. I mean, thousands of players from across the world, and it was just such a passion of mine to be able to experience that involvement in a game like an MMORPG. Over the past several years, having played MMORPGs, I was kind of not impressed with what has been coming out of the genre. A lot of pay-to-win, cash grab style games, and I just felt that there could be something better. And if you want to get things done right, sometimes you just have to do them yourself. So in order to accomplish these goals for Ashes of Creation, I really needed to find a team that had a lot of experience with MMORPG production in the past, because as you know, an MMORPG is a massive project.
hence the name.
There's a lot of good talent here, and we were able to pull together a pretty amazing team. A team that's worked on Star Wars Galaxies, EverQuest 2, Call of Duty, and a lot of other titles. The reason we're here on Kickstarter is because we want to expand the scope of our project. We want to make it bigger and better. We also want to give an opportunity to you to participate in that community development, to be in on our discussions of design. We feel that Kickstarter and crowdsourcing is a pretty good avenue towards that development. Ashes of Creation is really about 4 primary pillars of our development. It's about our node system, which is an integral part of exactly how the world works and interacts with you as the player. It's also about our meaningful conflict, PvP, and how you can catalyze change in the environment around you. The economy is our 3rd pillar, which focuses on incentivizing you as the player to get out in the world and interact with it. And last, but most important, potentially, is our narrative. The narrative really holds all of those systems together and keeping you as the player interested in exactly what different outcomes come about.
When players first arrive on this world, they're going to find it devoid of civilization. There's wilderness everywhere, and it's up to the players to kind of bring civilization to this world. These nodes are how players do that. There are tons of nodes throughout the world, and each of them has a zone of influence. This zone of influence captures all the activity of the different players doing different things.
Into the nodes.
It could be crafting, it could be fighting,
video,
it could be
so check that
gathering.
out
Anything that might give you
experience
experience is something that the node's going to be paying attention to. And as you level up your character, the node levels up with you. And as it levels, more and more civilization gets attracted to that area.
We want the world to react to the player. That's the most important part, is the world is reacting to your actions.
Different nodes attract different events. The world doesn't stay quiet for long, and civilization disturbs deep and dark things throughout it. A city that grows up on the side of a mountain might dig a little bit too deep and might disturb the things that are below. And that might include like a giant dragon that erupts with a volcano and lays down waste to that node that developed there. And that's something that wouldn't happen any other place. That's an event that's unique to that particular node at that particular time. And because of that, like, players are going to experience this game very differently depending on how they build it. Each server is going to have its own story, and we're pretty excited to see what players do with that. How do they react to that dragon coming out that mountain? Do they pack up their bags and move?
Like I thought, is from
or do they
the
decide
first
to fight it, to gather all of their friends and take down this monster because this is their home?
So if you want to see a little bit more in-depth
So
stuff, go to the videos that I posted from
differentiates our game from
5
most others.
to
It reacts to what the
2,
players
5,
do. It
depending where you
reacts
are.
to
May
the player's
2nd.
decision.
And
while you're
a lot of
developing
these
these
videos and
points of
information is
civilization,
a little bit more
there is a
explained
mechanic for
in depth.
change, and change relating to that meaningful conflict.
Because players are motivated by different things, because they want something from the game that other players don't want, that's going to cause people to butt heads. Different players are going to want different experiences, and the conflict between the two of them will create a bigger and better thing. Out of
This
strife
is one of the
comes
most important things.
rebirth.
Different players
and,
want different
and that's
things.
a
Always
core
true. Most
symbol.
MMOs
It's a core
allow
theme
them
that
to
occurs
just go their
throughout the
separate
game.
ways
Our
and
castle
not
system,
interact.
our sieges against
It feels
nodes,
like in this
the
game
Caravan
people are
System,
going to have to
battlegrounds that exist,
interact
guild wars. We
if they
want
want
there to
different
be
things from
a
their
meaning
nodes.
to
And
this,
it's gonna cause
this conflict. We
fights
want
within
players
guilds,
to
I'm
actually
sure,
have some
conflicts.
skin in the game when it comes
It's
to
gonna be really
participating
interesting to see
in
how
PvP.
servers
If you own a
progress
home
with this kind
in
of
a
style.
node and you don't want to see that home destroyed, you need to defend that city. Risk versus reward is what gives you that adrenaline. It gives you that meaning to participate. So what drives you as a player in the game? For a lot of people, it's the economy, and that's why it's our 3rd pillar. We really want the economy to incentivize you to interact with other players, to get out there and get resources, to
Everything's
develop the
automated
world.
in
We've
MMOs
regionalized
nowadays.
our
Go to the
marketplaces. We've
marketplace,
regionalized our warehouses.
buy something.
It's
Never
not
have to
just
interact
one
with the player. I
global
think that-
auction house like a lot of games kind
Exactly.
of throws the economy to the side. I wanted to emphasize economy.
One major feature
Interactive
in our economy that differs from most fantasy style MMOs is that we're not approaching it from a global scale. Rather, we're trying to carve the world up into regions and make each one focus
So
independently,
each node
while
is
of
going to
course at
have
the
its
same
own
time
independent
working together.
economy. That is
The
insanely
global
cool.
auction house isn't something that you're going to find in our game at the early stages, or maybe ever. Rather, you're going to have to go to a town. You're going to have to buy, sell, or gather whatever you want. What this creates is a competitive advantage, much like we have in the real world. Some towns, some areas are going to be better at certain things, some are going to be worse at some things. But the important part is that you get to play a role in who's better at what and who's worse at what. And if you want to be better at something, we're giving you the opportunity to become better at whatever you want.
Creating those regional marketplaces, regional warehouses, we've incentivized the transit of goods. If you want to create local marketplaces or you want to create a local economy, you can do so because that mithril mine is nearby, and it's not found somewhere else. The Caravan System is what allows you to transit goods to other marketplaces.
The economy is usually something that happens in the background of other games, and from day one, we knew that the economy was going to be something really important to us.
The fourth pillar in Ashes of Creation is our narrative, the story, and how it relates to you, both as an individual and as a member of the greater community.
In Ashes of Creation, we've got three main ways that we're going to be telling the story. One is tasks, one are events, and the final one is our overarching narrative. The narrative is going to be where you find most of the story.
Each server will tell a different story, and this story is going to be told by the players. You're going to experience things differently when it comes to what bosses you've encountered because of how the world develops and how you have developed it.
The node system is going to be what drives what storyline branches players experience. Different NPCs are going to be attracted to different nodes. There's going to be different protagonists and antagonists based on how players build their world. It's all going to relate to the same basic story, but you're going to get different viewpoints on different servers, and you're going to find different bad guys on different servers. It's all going to depend on what players uncover, how they uncover it, and when they uncover it. Different servers are going to be able to talk to each other and figure out kind of, what they missed and fill in the blanks and be able to collaborate and build this bigger meta story that you won't get otherwise in other games. So with all of these four main pillars of design, you'll notice that it's really hard for us to talk about any one of them without talking about all of the others. And that's a very core part of our design. It's really important that all of these pieces fit together really well, and that they create an engine that allows people to keep experiencing new things.
So I want to give you an opportunity here on our Kickstarter to get involved in this project, to become a part of its development. We have enough self-funding to create a core viable product in Ashes of Creation, but we really want to expand it. We want to make it bigger and better, and we know we can achieve that with your help.
Everybody here at Intrepid Studios is incredibly excited about this project, and we're really hoping that we've infected you with that kind of excitement too.
Definitely
we want to
have
get this thing
infected
done,
me, for
and we
sure.
want to include everybody to be a part of it. This is going to be a different game, and this is going to change the genre. So if you're as excited as we are,
think it will.
Let's do this thing. Let's make this thing happen, because we can only do it with you.
MMO releases have been pretty garbage.
I've been on the other side of that
last 10
screen. I've
years.
seen companies come to Kickstarter and promise the world, and either under-deliver or just don't deliver at all. But the reality is we're not those people. I brought together a team of industry veterans who've spent over 40 years combined working on MMORPGs and have created some pretty amazing titles. That's what we're going to do here with Ashes of Creation. We're going to create an amazing game, a game that you can be proud of.
Alright guys, so I know that this doesn't bring out much new information from the first two videos, but I had to get this out there. So you can support them either by going to the link that I included to this page here to help them with their Kickstarter, or if you go to their actual website, which I will also post in the description, you can also become a founder and get some special perks by purchasing some of the packages that they have on their website as well. So that's it for this video. Check out the links that I'm going to include in the description once again, and be sure to subscribe for the next videos of this series. I'm going to be going through all of their videos and creating sort of a watch party kind of series for us. So expect a new video coming out soon with some new content that they created. Not new, but new for my channel. And I'll be going chronologically from a couple years ago when they started releasing these videos. So yeah, hit up the Kickstarter, support if you'd like to. It looks like it's going to be a great, unique MMO that I'm really excited for. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon.